On this episode of the Best of Bias podcast, you got your boy Lydell Dinero in the building. It's Friday. Let's get into it on this podcast. We got a whole bunch of pop culture topics from the last 2 weeks that you guys may enjoy. New listeners, welcome. Old listeners, welcome back, family. Hope you guys got your bias ready because you bringing it to the table today. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Sorry for waving the towel like that. I got a little towel. It's a little hot in here, as you can see. But yeah, NFL running backs are mad. They're not getting paid. Their average at the position is getting paid lower than kickers right now. So they have a little gripe with the NFL. People are disvaluing them. So we'll talk about a little bit about that. Me being a fellow running back, I got a lot to say about it. A lot of feelings towards that. They need to stop playing my boys. You know what I'm saying? I'll get into it a little later. Draymond Green versus the Poole's, Jordan Poole's dad recently. Jordan Poole was recently traded to Washington. You know all about that. And you know all about the punch. So Jordan's dad isn't done with the beef. He still has some stuff to say to Draymond after his recent appearance on Patrick Beverley's podcast. So we'll talk about that. Shannon Sharpe, is he going to be on First Take? Is he going to be there? Who knows? I don't know. Is he going? But Stephen A. has something to say about the rumors, and he has an announcement he says he's going to make. So be ready. The writers are on strike. Writers and writers are joining the actor strike, I should say. So it has, man, this is getting real. Writers been on strike for going on 11, 12 weeks. Actors are joining now, letting these companies know that you need to pay us more. Or else it's going to be a lot of bad TV or money's going to be lost. So we'll talk about that as well. Travis Scott's concert being canceled in Egypt, supposed to be in front of the Pyramid of Giza. Was it canceled? People are saying it was. Nike and Hypebeast saying it wasn't canceled. People all over everywhere else are saying it was canceled. So we'll see what happens with that. Cinema Corner, Barbie versus Oppenheimer. They both released today or yesterday, Thursday, if you saw the early screenings of it. What movie is going to do better this weekend? Barbie is supposed to be tracking to do a lot better than Oppenheimer, though Oppenheimer obviously has the better story and it's based on historical events. But yeah, we'll see how that does. We'll talk about that as well. And then we'll end it off with some Secret Invasion episode 5 review. We'll talk about the 5th episode, penultimate episode, and seeing if they have a chance to close better than a lot of the other shows that they had out here on Disney Plus from MCU. A lot of the other shows were 6 episodes as well. Didn't really close well. Didn't really wrap everything up they tried to talk about and do in the show. So hopefully this finale will give us something. A lot of reveals throughout the first 5 episodes, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of ties back to the Secret Invasion comic book, though they kind of skewed from the main storyline. Me and AKA discuss how we felt about that and how we think it's going to end. So long podcast, as you can see by that intro, but we got AK in the building, so hopefully y'all like it. Subscribe to the video. So let's get into it. Where that theme song at? It's your boy Lydell Dinero with AK, with guests just for y'all. Thank you, Best of Bias family. Happy Friday. Let's get into it. Yeah.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah. It's the best of bias.
You are now listening to the Best of Bias podcast with Lydell Dinero and Hugo Twilight.
What's up? It's your boy Lydell Dinero, and it's time for another episode of the Best of Bias podcast. It's Friday, so you know what time it is. It's time for me to get up on here and talk some shit with some family. You know what I'm saying? Who we got in the building today? You
got old AKA. I ain't young no more. I'm old as fuck. No, I'm playing.
No, I'm saying y'all is young at heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Always.
You know what I'm saying? How you doing? How's the mental health?
Always good. I mean, I don't think I have ever have an issue with mental health, but yeah, it's always good.
You know, let's kind of call in and check. You know what I'm saying? It's never hurt. It never hurts to ask. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know. You got to check on your strong friends sometimes too. Make sure everything is going great. But yeah, we back at season 2, episode 170. I want to say episode 170, episode 5 of season 2. Don't get it tangled up or twisted. I know how it can sound a little confusing the way I say it. But it's season 2, episode 5, episode 170 overall. If you check the catalog, we got some work in the game. Basically, again, I'll shout it out now if you're new. What we all about is we just bring a bunch of topics to the table. Excuse my voice, I need to drink some water. But we bring a bunch of topics to the table. No matter what the topic is, we just bring our biases to the table, and we just talk about that and just kind of debate it out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have the same opinions. Sometimes we have differing opinions. Sometimes we go off the record. Sometimes we stay on track. But it's all love. It's all family here. Once you're here for the first time, once you're here for the 20th time, you're family. You know what I'm saying? You're the best of bias family. But today we got a loaded podcast for you. We got a bunch of topics, a bunch of solid topics actually to talk about. Let me sip this water real quick because your boy. Ooh, everybody stay hydrated. Get that water in your system. But yeah, let me talk about my mental health first. Personally, I've been doing okay. It's the weekend. Made it through another week. I am here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always trying to keep a smile on my face, have something for the best of bias family to listen to. So that's what I'm saying. We got a loaded, really intricate podcast for you today. We got some topics that have been out there in the pop culture. AKA, I don't know if you've heard about all of them, but either way, your presence here is always appreciated. They always love guests on the podcast. If not, it's just gonna be me rambling on about some shit. I know they love it, but having another person's perspective is always great. You feel me? You feel me?
Yeah, I feel it. I feel it.
But we got some shit. The running backs in the NFL all mad right now because they ain't getting paid. They're being used and abused. My opinion, I'm gonna be real biased on this because I was running back in high school and some college myself. So I'm gonna have a lot to say about this. Draymond Green versus the Pools. I talked about it all in the intro. I'm not even gonna go through it all. Let's just get right into it. And let me just go on my spiel right now about NFL and then running backs. Let's start with sports like we always do. Sports is usually up top. Knock that out first. I know our sports listeners are probably tune out after that, but let's talk about these sports. So running backs in the NFL, man. Running backs growing up was always one of the positions you wanted to play, right? Am I right, AK? Can you vouch for that?
Yeah, everybody know wants to be a running back. Yeah.
Exactly. Running back, quarterback, offensive players, just scoring touchdowns is just something you always aspired to do as a youngin. Just getting in that end zone, watching all the players in the NFL, college do their little dances, and just the hype there is behind scoring that touchdown. It was always a thing you wanted. When you were actually able to start for a team for the first time and they trusted you to run that rock, that you would go ahead and go out there and do that thing to get what happens need to happen. Those were the days. We were growing up to take the damage, go in there in the trenches, put your nose in there against D linemen, against linebackers blitzing to protect the quarterback, take those flare passes, just getting blown up by linebackers and D linemen, run up these holes and get jumped on by 20 people. Knees, ankles, wrists, scars, all this stuff we take in every single play, no matter what the play is. And now once you get to the big leagues, you only get really one chance to get through a full 4-year, 5-year contract, and then after that, nobody pays you again. That's kind of became the trend in the NFL, if you're following. These guys out here have been the star of their team, selling jerseys, bringing people in to see them in the stands. After being in college doing legendary things, I feel like running backs have to go above and beyond to be great, to even be draftable. And once the good ones do get drafted and do great, they're forgotten about in like 3 years. They'll hype them up, hype them up, hype them up. If anything happens health-wise, ankle, knee, something that holds them out a game or so, people just forget about them and think they can just sign another one and just be over with,
Yeah, that's how it is with most sports. I mean, they make it a bigger deal with the quarterbacks, but yeah, you're right.
Right.
As soon as a running back gets out, he just moves over.
Yeah,
that's pretty
exactly.
fucked up.
It's cutthroat because also it's like always been in my mentality when I was playing running back is like, okay, we're a team and we always wish for each other's success, but the position is so cutthroat and the team only holds so many. It's like once somebody goes down, it's the next man up mentality, and people are like, yes, it's my opportunity. And it's like now I get my opportunity from somebody being hurt and their whole career being thrown to the wolves basically and not really know what will happen. You know what I mean? And it's just killer. And for coaches to have that same mentality, you know what I'm saying? They'll talk to you different. They'll look at you different. They'll treat you completely different from when you were scoring those touchdowns, winning them games, and when you got that injury. You're no longer needed type shit.
Yeah, it's like that. What can you do for me? Mentality type of shit.
Yeah, and
it's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, and for people to do it on a professional level like that, I get it. In high school, Pop Warner, maybe even college. But once you get to the professionals, I feel like there should be some security behind your career, especially if you bring a team a bunch of money, especially if other players on the team. I know quarterbacks, D linemen, people like that, some linemen, I don't say all linemen, are worth a lot of money to a team and are more valuable in their eyes, but I feel like running back is really crucial. People like to go around and list off players and positions they would pay before running backs. I don't know. Me personally, when I do my Madden drafts, I pick a good corner. I pick a good lineman. You make sure you have a good lineman. Once you make sure you get a good lineman, you got to make sure you get yourself a good. I mean, you can pick running back pretty late, I would say. But if you want a top-notch running back, that'll be 99 speed. That'll get you a touchdown on one play type thing. You got to pay that running back and pay that price and take them early, or else it's bad
Hmm.
for you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. They
I
always come in and save you. I mean, like, you can't say quarterback is the most important position because it really isn't. Because look at Tim Tebow back when he was with was it Buffalo? Back when they was like winning and he wasn't really doing
Broncos.
the Broncos, my bad. When he was winning and they wasn't doing shit, he wasn't doing shit, but they was doing everything.
Yeah,
And it was like they was winning simply because the team was like
it had talent.
solidified. But
Yeah,
yeah, but
you
he
can.
wasn't really doing shit.
Yeah,
And
you
don't
can
get me
look.
wrong, he was dope as fuck in college. He was dope as fuck, but
Yeah.
didn't translate very well. So
Exactly, exactly. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't really, because then again, if you look at those teams, if you look at the team like the 49ers right now, the quarterback isn't the most talented position on the team. The other weapons around them are pretty good that helps them out. Christian McCaffrey, Debo is basically like a running back. That's why he was kind of mad last year because they try to pay him like a receiver, but he plays running back too. He said, I'm trying to get paid like a running back and a receiver because I do this much for the team. And running the ball is crazy because if you're not Patrick Mahomes, not some kind of incredible quarterback that can make anything happen out of nothing, it's not like you can just score in the goal like in the red zone all the time. You're next to the goal line, you try to run the ball. If you're a running back, sorry, and can't read holes, can't break tackles, don't have no speed, they won't score. And you can't throw the ball all four downs to get a touchdown in the red zone all the time because sometimes you get locked up. It's the scheme. You know what I'm saying? So pay the
not
guys.
that,
It's
but if they know you're going for that all the time, they're gonna fucking set some defense up to make sure that you can't do that.
because yeah,
So it's
especially if
like,
they know you're running back. Sorry.
yeah. But my thing is like who the fuck dictates how much each player gets paid or how much they're worth as far as like not player but position, I should say. Like
Well, I
how
don't
does that come
know.
about?
I don't know. They set the market by giving the first one, like, big contracts. And then once that contract is up there, it stays up there. And the market fluctuates based on how much everybody else pays the quarterback after the market was reset. So the quarterbacks right now, Lamar Jackson's getting paid like $260 million with like a big ass number guaranteed. And that reset the market for quarterbacks. So it's like the next young quarterback that comes up is going to want a contract that high with that kind of guarantee.
I feel it.
They're not paying running backs any money. I think the highest running back right now getting paid is Christian McCaffrey, I believe, and he's getting paid 16 million, I believe.
What the
And
fuck?
yeah, or some crazy. And Christian McCaffrey's hella valuable to a team. Though he may not be the most valuable, but he can run the ball, he can catch the ball, he can do hella shit, and he does hella shit for the 49ers and the Panthers when they had him. So he's
But
one of
I
those.
feel like I feel like you should like really think about that logically. Like if I'm a lineman, for example, and I'm protecting the quarterback, I'm gonna feel some type of way if that motherfucker getting 200 million and I'm getting like 10 million. I'm
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
I might just move out the way. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. And he better be taking care of us everywhere we go, everything we do, because we make his career. And I mean, it's the
Yeah.
most cerebral position because you have to make decisions that really are detrimental to the team. You get hit every play, and what you do and how you have the ball in your hands kind of controls how many points you score and shit like that. So it's technically the most important. But you can see when a team has no weapons on the team and just has a good ass quarterback, Andrew Luck, and shit like that, it doesn't turn out really good. And they end up
Hmm.
retiring. You know what I'm saying? It just looks bad
Hmm.
and those weapons go to waste. So, especially in the Giant situation where they have Daniel
Wait,
Jones
wait,
and
wait, wait. Wasn't Andrew Luck out here?
yeah, he played for Stanford, but he played for Indianapolis.
Yeah, I remember he was out here last year. I was watching it. It was horrible.
Yeah, yeah, he was not last year. He retired a long time ago,
Wait,
but
no, who was the one that was out here last year then?
I think it was Philip Rivers or Matt Ryan, one of them two.
Matt Ryan. That's what it was. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
my
bunch
bad,
of
my bad,
people
my
that were
bad.
retiring went there, and yeah, they really haven't had a good quarterback since Andrew Luck because he retired because he was getting fucked up too much because they never had no skill position.
Yeah, he retired early too. That's right.
Yeah, exactly. After
Yeah.
going doing hella good shit with no weapons, but still, I mean, the league and execs voted on the top 8 running backs in the league, and only 4 are Only 2 out of the top 8 are actually signed to long-term contracts. So they're
Mm.
trying to get them to sign 1-year deals for franchise tags. And the franchise tag 1 year, I think, is about $10 million. But if they get hurt during the franchise tag year, they have no security for the years after. And they're just looking for contracts with security, but their teams don't want to give it to them because they're saying the position is devalued. And if you don't, if we don't pay you, we can draft another one out of college that's going to
Wow.
replace you, which is fucked up because it's just telling that person that once you outplay your contract, we're just going to replace you. So don't ask for no money, and you better hope you
I
don't get
damn,
hurt.
I damn near feel like they need to have like a union for these guys or something.
Yeah, so they're trying to speak up.
I'm
I
saying.
mean, they're trying to, start something and let everybody know. All the big time running backs are saying how crazy it is. The average of a NFL running back right now salary is 1.81 million. The average NFL kicker
Mm.
salary is 2.26 million.
So
So
the kicker gets more than the average player.
the average running back.
Average running back?
Yeah, so the
God
kicker
damn.
gets paid more than the average kicker salary is more than the average running back salary right now because they don't want to pay nobody.
Wow.
And the only
So
teams that actually can afford to pay people are the ones with quarterbacks on rookie deals because they don't really get paid until their 5th year.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what if you come out the gate just like running shit, they still
If they fuck
really?
with you, they'll give it to you early and you have to negotiate it early, but they don't technically have to. They can keep franchise tagging you or you can become a free agent. But if you don't sign the franchise tag, they still own your rights and you have to sit out a year.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy shit that they try to do
that's
to maintain you, but nobody wants to pay you in free agency now, as you see. Some good ass running backs, Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Kareem Hunt, all still free agents right now. Nobody signed them, and they
yeah,
may
but
have
that's
to.
to me that's a fucked up way to like build morale on a team to be like, hey, you're not as important as this person. You both go out there and put your life on the line every day. But we're gonna pay them like triple, quadruple what the fuck you get paid
Exactly.
just because we feel like they're more important than you. And it's
And you're
like that
supposed to
would
be a
make
team.
yeah. I'd be like fucking what you call it, like practice. I ain't going to
Yeah,
practice.
that's what they're
Fuck
doing right
running
now.
out.
They're actually holding out. Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley are holding out. They're like, okay, y'all want to do like that? We'll just wait to sign the franchise tag. We'll just hold out and not go to practice during the offseason, not play no preseason games. We'll see you week 1. Since that's how it's
There you
gonna
go.
be. You know what I'm saying?
With a pot belly shit.
But speaking of that, we got another couple of groups that are joining together that might see a little change and some shit, trying to get more out there. You know what I'm saying? Might hold out and make some changes and waves out there in Hollywood. But we'll get there after we're done with this sports segment. But yeah, running backs, pay them. I stand with them.
I
I'm a
agree.
running back that has been tossed to the side due to injury. They treat you like they want you. They give you the ball 30 times, 400 times a year, 30 times a game, 400 times a year. And then after you get hurt or slow down a little bit, they're like, "Oh, you have too many miles on your tires." Like, motherfucker, you
Mm,
gave me the ball that many times. Throw the ball to somebody else or something. Quarterback sneak, bitch. Give it to the fullback. Throw it to the receivers, tight end. There's other positions. I didn't have to take the ball 30 times. You know what I'm saying? I scored 5 touchdowns in the game. I can make it happen. I can stretch it out. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to run me into the ground and give me a reason. I'm not gonna go there. Sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I was going back in the past, flashbacks. I'm sorry, y'all. But I stand with them and man, just hope they can get something together because I feel like they're just being made fun of. And the more they try to stand up and have a voice, people are making more and more fun of them. But anyway, speaking of making fun, last year we were making fun of Jordan Poole all summer before the basketball season started. The video came out, and everybody's seen it by now. It's been a story going on for like 2 years now. But Jordan Poole was punched in the face by Draymond Green at practice, really being knocked the fuck out, was out on the
Superman
ground.
punched.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Jermaine O'Neal and the Malice in the Palace punch came through with the sweet bow. Yeah, so there's been a bunch of fallout from that. Last year, there was a lot of residual kind of, I guess, hatred. I don't want to say hatred, but dysfunction within the organization because one, it looked like Poole was disinterested in being there, Jordan Poole. And Draymond Green is just a guy that's high personality, won 4 championships with the Warriors. He can do whatever he wants with the organization, and they ain't gonna say nothing to him because he's pretty much the man over there. But I guess there's been some turmoil because Jordan Poole's dad has been hearing all the disrespect. Draymond Green has a podcast, and he's going on a podcast run right now, just talking about a whole bunch of stuff that happened over the season, why they didn't win the championship, what happened with Jordan Poole, blah blah blah. And he never really spoke on it. Nobody really spoke on it publicly, which kind of be men about it. But on Patrick Beverley's podcast, Draymond Green said, I punched him because he crossed the line. I'm not gonna just punch anybody. You really have to cross the line with me for me to get that mad to snap. I wouldn't do that for no reason. And he really crossed the line. Something I'm not gonna say what he said, but just know I wouldn't do that for no reason type shit.
So he never specified what the reason was. He just said that he crossed the line. I mean, I can understand that in the long run. It's like sometimes shit is personal. And
Yeah.
if a person takes something to a personal level, you don't have to speak on it, but you understand what the repercussions of that shit is. So
Yeah. I think people
I can understand it.
Cameron and Mace, they have their little sports show. I don't know if you've seen highlights on Instagram.
That's
Uh
just kind of funny. I like that
yeah.
show.
Cameron kind of, I mean, I don't know if he's close with either one of the parties or Draymond or nothing, but he kind of said, kind of spilled the beans, was like they got in an argument at practice. Jordan Poole was doing some shit in practice. Draymond tried to holler at him. And then Jordan Poole just got paid. So he was talking shit about getting paid. And he's talking shit about Draymond, how he don't get no bitches because he's ugly or whatever and shit like that. Something that got under his skin, some shit that he just kept on going throughout practice. And eventually he
I don't
just
know. As a man, that's some weird shit to sit there and like try and bag on a nigga because of his looks or something like that. It's like,
he is
who gives a
23.
fuck?
He is the
And
weirdo.
who gives a fuck? Like at that point, he's an NBA star. He makes millions of dollars. I don't think looks even matters anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
I
mean,
don't know. I just feel like it's kind of BS anyways, because Draymond is kind of known for having the short fuse. I don't know exactly what was said. I know something was probably said. I don't know if it was that deep, but I don't know. Anyways, Poole's dad kind of jumped in. It was kind of saying how he never got his apology, him and his wife, for knocking out his son, and he's been ducking him every game he was at. Draymond didn't show up, and he couldn't see him or something like that. He's pretty much scared. And then Draymond
shit,
responded,
his dad can get the business too now, but
shit, I
still,
don't know. I don't doubt it. He's six,
like,
Draymond like 6'8". So I know his
yeah,
dad probably ain't 6'8", but
like beat your old ass. I don't know.
for
So,
real, for real, chill out. He was like, Austin, Draymond was like, chill out, champ. I was at every game. You know where to find me. If you really wanted that smoke, you would have got it. Type shit.
that's what Draymond said.
Pretty much in his response on Twitter. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just feel like the beef isn't over. Even though Jordan Poole got traded over to Washington, kind of the middle of nowhere, and he's on a pretty bad team now. He got a lot of money, but Draymond kind of prevailed in that beef because he's kind of still trolling, and he's still on the
but
Warriors.
he don't need to apologize anyways. If it was some disrespectful shit he said, his actions to me sometimes this like bad actions can be justified depending on what the cause was. So if he said some shit that was, to the point where I might knock this nigga's fucking block off. I might break his jaw or whatever. It's sometimes it's just justified. I think so. I like violence. I don't agree with violence all the time, but sometimes socking a motherfucker in his face is justified. Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Curry didn't like really. Well, I guess he did get. I think he got punished in some kind of way. He missed like a couple of games or something. Just he went away from the team for a little bit. But
Hmm.
realistically, I don't think there was not really anything said about it within the team. Steph didn't say nothing. Clay, coach didn't say nothing. Everybody's still all friendly.
Because they probably agree with the fuck what he did. They probably heard what he said and was like, "Ooh, that was me." And
Yeah,
no, and Draymond was like, "Yeah, I'd have did that too."
yeah,
Yeah,
knocked them a clear out, and Coach Curry just like, what happened? Oh, since something familiar, 'cause Steve Kerr got punched in the face by Michael Jordan.
like yeah. So he was like,
So
"Yeah, I remember that. I remember them days."
yeah, exactly. It makes it stronger. Yes, I was waiting for this.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
exactly. Yeah, it's back to the old NBA.
yeah, those tickets when Washington comes to Golden State, it's gonna be crazy. I know it's gonna be a bunch of booing going on and a bunch of trolling going on. And they started a new rivalry. Even though Draymond says if you haven't won a championship, you can't be nobody's rival. So he
Yeah,
said
that's petty. But I
he
feel
said
it.
he said that about Memphis. He was like, yeah, I can't, yeah, I ain't won nothing, so I ain't no rival of mine. But yeah, y'all need to dap it up, leave that mess alone. Last little sports topic
Or
here.
shoot them ones.
I mean that
It
yeah.
could, hey, shoot them once sometimes. Sometimes
I,
you got to.
I don't know if he's ready for all that though. Boy, he a young
You
boy.
probably ain't, but if you ain't, then just shut the fuck up and take what you got then. But
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean,
Every interview they say he doesn't mention anything about it. He just kind of moves on. So I think his dad
yeah,
needs to pipe down before he get his son beat up. It's more so what's going on here.
agreed. Agreed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really on that kind of level. But yeah, last sports topic here. Shannon Sharpe was teased to be added to First Take the morning slot with Stephen A. Smith.
Again?
No, well, no, it's Shannon Sharpe, not Skip
Oh, Shannon
Bayless.
Sharpe. Oh, my bad. I'm tripping. Okay, my
Yeah,
bad.
Shannon
Yeah.
Sharpe just recently left first, not first take, Undisputed. He got bought out to do and go seek other ventures. And it's been really highly rumored that he was going to join Stephen A. Smith on First Take.
That'll be
What do you
interesting.
think that would be like? How do you think that would be?
I feel like they agree on shit, a lot of shit, so it'll be kind of a little different. Because I think the biggest thing about when he was on First Take was they like opposite. They're opposing a lot of times their opinion, and I think
Undisputed.
him and Steve undisputed my bad, but I think that him and Stephen A would agree a little bit more. So it would probably be like they'd have to talk that shit out more and be like, all right, you're gonna disagree this time because I mean they may not agree all the time, but I feel like more so than not they agree.
Yeah, on the cultural topics, I think you'll have more of a voice, especially when it comes to Black people on there. A good representation. Both of them need it because people do get on them a lot for cooning on Twitter sometimes for on their respective channels. But if they're together, I feel like their voices together kind of be strong because they'll be kind of more united on the accord of what they're talking about rather than having one pundit that's kind of on the other side, like a white pundit that really don't really understand. But I think they will add like a rotating cast of third guests that'll be on there
Okay.
to add that if it's true, to add that kind of differing because they have Mad Dog Russo. I don't know if you know who that is, old radio guy from Boston, just hella like New York guy who all the young people hate, and he always be saying shit that all the young people suck,
Old
all the old people are better.
old media.
Yeah, pretty that guy. And he comes on Wednesdays. Kendrick Perkins. They have different guys that are still there because a lot of people got fired from there recently. Hell of people got fired, so they have to rotate the analysts they do have for every sport through these morning shows to make guest appearances and talk about these other sports spots. So Kendrick Perkins, freaking Jay Williams will come in there and talk with them. But they're talking about adding Richard Sherman to Skip Bayless's show, Undisputed, though. And they've recently gotten the spat, not recently, but over the years have gotten public spats. I think he said like
That's
he
a lot of
called,
personality. That's a lot of
yeah,
personality all in one
yeah.
area. Fuck.
It's gonna be crazy. I think he called Skip Bayless like a credent or some crazy shit on the air, like you like a troll, like a some crazy like one of those Kanye West, George W. Bush don't care about black people moments. He went off on Skip Bayless in an interview when he was playing for one of the teams, and that might have been on First Take. So I really wouldn't expect Richard Sherman to do that, but shit, people getting fired nowadays, they need the bag. Probably threw some money at him, but I still feel like anybody that joins his show will be a punching bag for whatever he has to, his
But
agendas and stuff.
well, Stephen A. Skip, Stephen A.
No,
I mean,
Skip Bayless, the white dude.
oh Skip Bayless. Okay,
That's
yeah, I feel the
why
same way too.
it's pretty much why Shannon left. But I mean, Sherman needs the money, and they offered him a good amount of money. Since he left at the
But
end of the
I,
finals.
I think that's why they try and find people with like real strong personalities who ain't gonna like back down. That's why they get those type of people. But like after a while, the relationship will get strained, which is
Yeah,
what happens every time I think.
for especially for Skip
So
Bayless, especially
yeah,
for Skip Bayless. ESPN will just fire you, but for Skip Bayless, everybody just get tired of his rhetoric, and sometimes he's a character. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to change that character. It's been
mm-mm.
so many years now. Any topics, any like motives he has, he's the LeBron shit. He's never gonna like LeBron. He's
Yeah,
never gonna like Steph Curry.
he won't really listen to logic. He'll just go with whatever his emotions are.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. And stick on that. Never really say he's wrong. Just
hmm
find little nitpicky things, you know what I'm saying? If you gotta have somebody that's okay with that and be able to put up with that for so long, you'll have some job security. You'll have prime time spot on in the morning. But yeah,
You gotta check your fucking aggression sometimes because eventually you're gonna want to sock that nigga in the throat. So I don't know.
for sure. For sure. But that'd be good for him to see them on TV together. It'd be kind of dope. It would be really loud. It'll be like the barbershop discussion type thing, and maybe that's what they're
Yeah,
going for.
because
Um,
Sherman got he's a personality definitely. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm wishing the best for First Take. I don't really care. I watched Undisputed, but they're not even coming back to August 28th. It's taking them that long to figure out who's next.
Mm,
All right.
that
Yeah,
ain't too far away.
yeah. But shout out to them. Their lineup is terrible right now, FS1 right now, trying to, and then everybody else goes on vacation. It's just bad. But let's get into some of this pop culture. Let's talk a little bit about this writer strike here. If we have to go into a break, the writers and actors strike. The actors actually joined into the strike. It's been about 11, 12 weeks since the writer strike has started. But now the actors, a lot of prominent actors are joining the writer strike, and taking the picket lines and stopping the production of all the stuff that they're working on. It's just crazy because we're obviously TV show and big movie guys. And this is going to be affecting the industry in the future of movies and TV shows coming out. It might come to a big halt. Yeah, it's just getting weird. How do you feel about it?
About what again? About
The
which
writers and
movie?
actors
Oh, writer
striking.
strike.
Yeah.
So is it similar to like the how long ago was that when we had that major one when
Last
they
one was in
like
1960s.
no. I thought we had one in like the early 90s or the early 2000s when they start making reality TV. They had some kind of writer strike back then too. I remember.
I think it's maybe be the longest lasting one or the
The
most,
longest lasting one. But
yeah.
they had one in like 2000.
Mm,
I don't remember what year it was, but that's when they like really started to like go into that reality TV bullshit. And to me, I feel like it I don't say it destroyed TV, but it just like completely like altered it. You know what I'm saying? Because it made it where like regular like storytelling was not obsolete, but it was definitely like pushed aside
mm,
for reality shows that were, to me personally, slightly annoying because it was like
yeah.
it was reality TV that was obviously not reality. It was
Right.
like
Really forced
completely,
and
yeah, forced
producers. Yeah.
and scripted, but like horribly scripted. If
Yeah.
you know,
Loosely, just
so
kind of directing them into doing stuff. Yeah.
yeah, and it was like it to me. Some people like really fed into because you read the comments on shit. People really feed into that shit, but it's like if you're a real person who actually observes what's going on around you, you look at that and be like, this is clearly not real life.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's why like I stopped watching TV damn near because of that. Like
Mm,
I canceled my cable and shit like that, and you know, now, I mean, cable's kind of pointless now, but back then it was still a thing. And I
yeah.
canceled it. Now it's been years and like damn near like 20 years, damn near since I've like actually like paid for cable. But it
Yeah.
was like once I saw the Kardashians and shit like that, I was just like, okay. And like
Yeah.
Flavor of Love and what was that other one again?
Yeah. Ray J.
The Ray J shit like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was just like, this is where we're going.
Yeah.
So that was like their answer to the writer striking back then. So now it's like there's shows that are coming out that I want to see, and it's like knowing that they're gonna have writers striking for it. It's like how are they gonna go about this?
Yeah.
Like the Ahsoka show, and I mean I don't know how that works out exactly, but I'm hoping that it doesn't like they don't get scabs to do that or how they're gonna do it. But
That
I'm
one's already
hoping it
coming
doesn't.
out.
It is coming out,
Yeah. August release.
but now it's like other shit that's supposed to come out is not going to be delayed because of this strike.
Oh, it definitely is.
Yeah, so it's like, when are we going to get real mutants in the MCU, and is that going to affect that or shit like that? To me,
Hoping for
you
Deadpool
know,
3, but that's not even until next year still.
Deadpool 3 is done though. I mean, they're in like they're not post production, but they're already like the
Yeah, they moved
writing
that
shit
shit
is
up.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they already got like screenshots of them and like their uniforms and shit like that.
Hmm.
So I'm juiced for that. Except for the fact that like they're still using Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and it's like I know he's not going to continue his role, so I really want to see who they're going to
Yeah.
get to
Hold that.
play.
We're talking about that a little bit down the road. We're talking about the updates on that
I
movie.
feel you, but like those are the things that I feel like are going to get affected by this. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
We'll see what's going to happen, but it's a lot longer than I expected it to get done. It's weird that they all have to like just stop working simply because they're having a dispute. It's like, what if you're a writer and you feel like, this shit ain't really affecting me? I don't mind. I still want to keep writing. Like, I can't. You just got to stop. Is it because they're part of like the union or
Well,
whatever?
exactly. Yeah. So I feel like if the writers that they can't write for big production companies, they would have to do independent stuff, and they wouldn't be able to sell to the big companies. I think the actors, a lot of the actors, if they join the picket lines, they're saying that they're not able to do any panel appearances, podcasts, promote past works or new works. They can't like do anything, meet and greet, signing Comic Cons. A lot of people are pulling out of Comic Con.
Oh, that
Um,
sucks.
yeah, we
That's
already
crazy.
saw that the Avengers movies, the Kang Dynasty and stuff like that got pushed back like 2 years. The next
Uh-huh.
Avatar movie, they said it's not even coming out until Avatar 5, so they probably already are in the works of 4, but 5 wouldn't even come out till 2031. It's just a lot of shit that's getting pushed back. Like a lot of
Yeah.
prominent actors are joining. Because it's not even just big name actors, extras and stuff. They're talking about making AI copies of the extras and just reusing the same ones in different TV shows and not really paying them for it. Like one of the writers that did one of the She-Hulk episodes, the best one with the Daredevil coming back,
Okay.
she got
The
paid
only
a
one that
total,
people want to watch.
right, but she only got paid a total of $356 for that episode. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah, so little things like that after the corporations are making billions of dollars off these movies and the writers don't get paid nothing and the actors do get paid more than the writers, but you'll get paid like what the most somebody get paid for a movie, what, 10 $10 million, and the studios will make $300 billion off the movie, $300 million
But
off the movie.
but how much for the actor? Man, the actors, but the writers make it. If that's what she made for that one episode,
Exactly.
that's fucking disgusting. That's
And then
ridiculous.
just really quickly here, we'll get more into it. It's be a real quick commercial breaks. Break real quick, get some water. I got some water. I need to wipe down this sweat. Sorry, y'all. I keep wiping down with the towel because it's hot. And I get excited about these topics. But yeah, and also they're saying that the streaming services and how streamers all try to jump all the subscribe or all the like channels, premium channels and stuff, try to jump to streaming once COVID hit. It kind of affected a lot of stuff that people got paid and how they were paying the writers and stuff like that. But again, I'm gonna hop back into it right after I send you this new link and we get into this new pod. You already know how, I mean, new pod after the commercial break. We'll be right back though. It's the Best of Bias podcast. We got AKA it's Lydell Dinero. It's Friday. Y'all already know what it is. Get out there, again, stay hydrated, have fun with your family. But one more commercial break, maybe two, and get you out here and y'all be chilling. But it's the Best of Bias podcast, and we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. And we back. Sorry about that. Had to go boot up real quick and re-energize. Let's get back to this topic. So yeah, they're saying it really started with the streaming services kind of racing to be the first to streaming behind Netflix, especially over COVID. Um, Actors and sets weren't really open and working and stuff like that. So a lot of people had to go to streaming and made these projects via streaming and just put them out there because people weren't going to movie theaters and stuff like that. And promising these writers these contracts during that time, promising actors these contracts and this amount of residuals at that time, and not actually getting them once these streaming services saw the money and started getting a
Hmm.
bunch of money back for these things, and they didn't make as much money as they thought they would. They were telling the actors, look, we signed in the contracts, this is what you're going to get. Those doing good in streaming and may not be in movies and you're not making money that way. You agreed on it. And writers now, they're just kind of hiding behind AI and stuff like that and feel like they can make strict scripts. If the writers hold out and stuff like that, they can find other ways to get those scripts out. Actors, I don't know how they're gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they get to replace that, get people to watch movies that their big time actors aren't in. Tom Cruise is already complaining that CGI is kind of taken away from stuntmen and people that actually do their own stunts and action movies and stuff like that. But he's not
Yeah.
really willing to cross the picket line right now. He's just saying that he's willing to help in any way he can. Um,
Yeah. As long as he doesn't have to do that.
yeah,
I agree though. Like that's a big thing. It's like, okay, well, we'll pay somebody to CGI it rather than having somebody who's like trained to do this shit. And it's fucked up. It's like if you look at like every aspect of life, they're finding ways to make shit easier, but yet less financially like productive for humans.
yeah,
So it's like, it's funny that it's reaching all the way up to like even like film because you see like bridges and they have the toll booths and instead of having people they have like the little scanners that you can drive through and it's like so that just gets rid of all those jobs that people had
yeah,
before you know and it's reaching all the way up to just like even shit like stuntmen so eventually it may even get to the point where it reaches up to actors it's like oh we'll just pay you for your likeness and
exactly
we'll
like
just
that episode of
like
Black Mirror.
yeah well I didn't see that one.
The new season, there's an episode where they just copy somebody's life and was like, no, it's not you, it's the actor. It was like, okay, we'll sue the actor. Well, no, it's not the actor. It's just it's AI replicated like a deep fake of the actor that they signed over and let people use for them, they get paid for using the likeness. And we can do whatever we want
Mhm.
with the likeness. Even if the actor doesn't like it, they can't sue because they signed off to have the AI used. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
it's deep like that.
It's
But
crazy.
Bob Iger and a lot of these company heads are making billions of dollars and just, if you want to have a quality product, you got to pay these writers and pay these actors to give you that quality product. I mean, people are already complaining about the quality of the stuff. That's why Star Wars and Marvel are backing off the content that they're putting out because they're trying to force feed everybody after Endgame and after some of the other stuff in Star Wars. They try to force feed everybody with stuff that they didn't necessarily want. And it kind
Hmm.
of, kind of made people doubt their quality of stuff that they're putting out. So we're gonna see what happens. Again, I stand with the actors and the writers. I was always surprised that actors don't get paid more. In the list of people that get paid a lot of money are kind of small. You know, so
I'm
really good
surprised.
actors.
I'm surprised with how much you told me the writers got paid for that episode. That's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Like,
they used to be paid for the length of the shows now, and some just got paid episodically, and the residuals ain't even a lot. Especially with streaming, if people watch that episode hella time, hella people watch it, they don't get shit.
I feel like yeah, like who, like this money's going to like the big heads who work at those companies like that, and it's like all that's gonna happen is it's gonna have people who are extremely rich, and then a bunch of people who aren't that rich. And whenever you have situations like that, like if you go to like third world countries, you'll have a bunch of poor ass people, and then like in like these little areas, they'll have people who have oases that are rich as fuck, and everybody out there are like willing to rob and kill you if you like it fucks up the whole society because now you're afraid to even live in the area you live in because once you have that extreme of a difference in poverty and like wealth, people are going to do anything to get to that potential. So now your life is in danger whenever you leave the confines of your home, and
Exactly.
sometimes if they make it in there, they're still dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
why would you want to live that way? Like what humanly like makes you want to have that kind of like upper hand over other individuals, you know?
Right. And then people are thinking, I mean, it's like the common thing that's really used. The only thing that's really effective is to strike. But if striking is not going to work to go to the next step, it's going to be a lot more detrimental. So I feel like you just pay these people now rather than just
Hmm.
hoping that these future technology is going to help you guys get by. They're going to try this their version of the reality show, put the reality TV shows. But reality TV shows are so scripted now that they can't even put out reality shows that are good because people be wilding out on reality shows and it's going crazy. You need
Hmm.
that script to keep everybody calm and sane because the situation people were getting put on in these old reality shows wasn't realistic at all. It was very steered, like these catfish shows that be pulling up on people in the wild like without scripting and stuff, you get your ass beat for
Oh
real,
yeah, you
for
might
real.
get smoked. Shit, in certain
Yeah,
areas. Yeah, after
yeah,
living out here, I mean, I grew up in California. After living out here in Indiana, I realized that yeah, a lot of that shit won't slide. You put up on the wrong person, you'll get a hollow. So
exactly. Yeah, it wasn't realistic as it is. So without the writers, y'all gonna have a real hard time, especially with AI that you're trying to feed this information to us learning it for the first time. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. But again, stand with the actors and the writers, but we'll see what happens out of that. Just don't push all our movies and stuff back, or else everybody's gonna move to podcasting. And I guess that's not a bad thing. Listen to podcasts. We ain't in there. You can listen to all the shit.
yeah,
We can put it on YouTube for you. You can watch it. It'll be your entertainment in the meantime. Because I don't know if it's gonna stop anytime soon.
that's what I
But this
do.
this is a quick story here. Skims saves a woman's life. This girl had a video on TikTok recently where she said she was wearing Skims one day when she was in Missouri. I don't know exactly what she was doing, but she got hit with 4 bullets in a drive-by. Got shot in her stomach, got hit in her, ruptured her bladder and crushed her pelvis. But she said that thanked Kim Kardashian and Skims for saving her life because the Skims were so tight on her, it's kind of more of a heavy-set girl, that it restricted her blood flow and stopped her from bleeding out.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? So that's a big
Makes sense.
story right now. Hopefully she gets sponsored by Kim because damn, crushed pelvis and uh ruptured bladder and shit bleeding out
God,
from a
damn
drive-by.
bladder too. Ooh, God
Yeah, that's
damn.
some shit. She was talking about hella casually, but it's a cool story because I mean maybe she
I
can get sponsored because yeah,
shit. I
yeah,
seen one where a girl got shot twice in the head, and she said that the her wig saved her life because one of the bullets got stuck in the wig. The
damn,
other one hit her in the head, and it's still lodged in her head, but she survived. But the one that went in the wig apparently would have been fatal, but the wig stopped it somehow. Apparently they make wigs out of Kevlar or Teflon.
yeah.
I mean, my bad.
Guess all
Or
these
Kevlar.
hood niggas out here need to start wearing Skims under their clothes. So if you get popped, you won't bleed out because those Skims got you. Just wear some extra small Skims. It'll be straight
Yeah,
out
some
there. Skims for men.
Skims and wigs.
You
Fuck
know what
it.
I'm saying? Everybody out there, go get some. That's an epic plug right there, and it fits the demographic that Kim promotes too. Shit,
Mm.
you better get them bulletproof Skims, girl. Want to be
Nigga,
stay
what you
safe in these
wearing,
streets.
nigga? I got that skim on, motherfucker. Niggas trying to drive by, nigga. I ain't gonna bleed out. The
You
cops
know
gonna
what I'm
get here
saying?
and save me.
It might hurt, but you know what I'm saying? My life will
I'm gonna
be
survive
saved.
this.
Get it extra small, you'll be straight.
I
But shout out to Angela Wiley. I'm glad you survived and stay out of the hood, bro. You want to go find a food truck, find it somewhere else. I don't know if she was eating. Maybe that was a fucked up joke. I wasn't even joking. I was being serious. What the fuck? All right.
Was she
Anyways,
even in the hood though? Was she even? How you know? Sometimes that shit just happen in random places, so you don't
yeah.
know.
I don't know. Well, yes, true. Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
Completely
life.
tore me down on there. Right? Yeah, I was making all kind of assumptions. That's fucked up. But again, prayers out to you, Angela Wiley, and I'm happy that you made it. And hopefully Skims give you a lifetime supply for all that promotion. I heard that
Mm-hmm.
Skims is worth $4 billion now. It's crazy. $4 billion company.
I ain't gonna lie.
Another.
I didn't know what Skims was until she talked about it. To be honest.
Oh shit. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw some Skims. I seen some Skims in person.
I
Um,
synced them.
I seen them. Travis Scott. Speaking of, well, it's not this Kim Kardashian. That's Kylie Jenner, but same, all in the same family. Travis Scott, new album Utopia is supposed to be coming out. He teased a album release party in July, over in Egypt by the pyramids of Giza. Um, on
Wait,
July
what?
28th. Yeah, he's supposed to be doing an album release party concert out in Egypt in front of the pyramids of Giza. It's been hit with a bunch of backlash right now because they're saying some Egyptian syndicate of musical professionals, this local group that approves permits and stuff in Egypt, is saying they don't want them to come to Egypt and perform in front of the pyramid because he promotes satanic beliefs and he's puts up Freemason imagery, and they're really religious in Egypt and they don't want him doing that. But
But
then state
does he do that though?
no, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he does it consciously. I don't know if it's part of his shtick. But he does sometimes put up some kind of crazy stuff, crazy looking stuff.
Mm.
Parents and stuff in Astro War World, and people are saying it's like kind of culty. But I like his music, and I feel like if this is an interesting way to go out there and promote his music and stuff, he's probably like one of the biggest marketing artists in the world. He's sponsored by Jordan, PlayStation, fucking McDonald's, all these other places that have all kind of following. So the kids love him. He's on Fortnite all the time.
Yeah, I've seen
So
those
this concerts
concerts.
is probably gonna be huge. But Nike and Hypebeast saying it's not in. I think it was like whoever sells the tickets. I don't know if it was Ticketmaster or somebody was saying that the concert wasn't canceled and it was still coming. Because shit, it's next week basically, the 28th is when the concert is supposed to be. So it's kind of up in the air right now. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Is it all rollout? Um, do you think he should be able to have the concert there based on a religious belief? Should he respect the country and not do it?
I mean, shit. I don't know. I feel like they gotta prove that he doing some wrong shit because like they like just to assume some shit. Like I don't pay attention enough to him to know that like he's doing some like satanic shit. I've listened to Astro World. Nothing about that made me think satanic at all. Um, I don't, I'm not religious at all either, so it doesn't matter to me. So my opinion is kind of like in the air. But shit. I mean, if it's like a publicity thing he's trying to do, I mean, it's really up to the people in that country. If they don't want you to do it, then you can't do shit about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You really can't.
I just feel like it's a lot of
So
marketing dollars behind it. Nike, Jordan, all these people are promoting it. Shoes are being dropped in honor of it. It's 2 weeks away. I feel like there's just a bigger check has to be paid to Egypt, and they'll be probably looked the other way
maybe, yeah, that's a possibility because I mean, yeah,
because if
they got
shit
a lot
like
of poor folks out there too, and I mean, the government will always be giving back to the poor folks because I be hearing a lot of shit about Egypt how it, you go out there and motherfuckers be on you like white on rice trying to get you to like pay something or they're trying to, oh yeah, come with me, I got you, just give me this much money. So it's like when
take
I
you
see
on
shit like that,
bad tours and shit of the
yeah,
pyramids.
yeah. So when I see shit like that, I think that the economy is kind of fucked over there, and it's probably got that whole situation where there's some motherfuckers that are rich as shit and some people who are getting left behind, probably the majority. So maybe you paying all that money to that government ain't gonna help out the population. So I mean, I look at it like more of that. Like maybe you shouldn't really fuck with that population. I mean, fuck with that area because they're not helping out the masses.
It could
But
possibly too, because if people fly out there for the concert and spend a whole bunch of money around from being there,
that's
and they have to
true.
pay local people to be security, and shit like that. It could bring jobs at the same time, give the government hella money, but at the same time promise to bring the area and city wherever they do it hella money too. It could work out.
Yeah, for the
Um,
time being, yeah, that might be true. It might be a lot of motherfuckers that might be benefit from that, or a lot of motherfuckers that might get scammed while they're out there. Either
oh,
way, I mean,
definitely gonna happen. It's gonna happen no
yeah,
matter what.
somebody gonna make money. So yeah, I
Somebody
mean,
gonna go to jail for trying to bring drugs. It's all gonna happen.
yeah. But the bottom line is, it's up to the country. If they wanna, take that money and let it happen, then they will. If they say no, you can't really do shit about it because
Right.
once you leave America, the American what do they call it again? Privilege that we have don't work
It
everywhere else
don't
in the
fly.
world. So
Yeah. And we saw that with
yeah,
Brittany Griner. They say no, you respect everybody's country, and just because it's not how they do it in America doesn't mean they have to do it like that everywhere else.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm ready for the album. I'm a big Travis Scott fan, but if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Meantime, Lil Baby has to cancel arena tours because he can't fill them out. But there's full Travis Scott out here going to concerts and having concerts in Egypt, big
Why
ass
can't you fill them
events.
out?
I don't know. I guess the tour isn't circulating enough and people aren't selling out the tickets. He's doing arena tours, so they have to cancel some of the arena. And the people that are on
Yeah.
the tour with him aren't really that notable to be selling stuff out either. So, and his last couple
Mm,
albums have been that great. So I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. I've never listened to a single Lil Baby album. Not to say I
Music
hate on them like that, but I haven't listened to any of them.
music has a short shelf life, especially with these youngins now. So something can get forgotten about hella fast. And
That's crazy how shit is. Yeah.
people just spending money
Back
to
in
see the Drakes of the world, Kendrick Lamar, something that's a big ass show, along with the music that has like a legendary catalog and shit like that.
Isn't it crazy how like back in the day, motherfucker could like live damn near his whole life off of one song? Like Little Richard with great what's the damn I forgot what the hell song he had, but he had Good Golly Miss Molly, shit like that. I don't know any other songs he made. The dude who made Great Balls of Fire,
Yeah,
like they have like one or two songs that they can like go on their whole life and live fine off of those. Nowadays, a motherfucker make a song and like a week later, it's like, nigga, what have you done for me lately?
put out an album in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they forget.
Yeah, it's
It's
like,
it's nuts, and hopefully they go on strike sometime too, so they can get their shit better too. So maybe
but that's different though, because they strike into the people. You like when you strike into an organization, you can, but when you strike into people, like, hey, I ain't gonna make no more music. Niggas are like, okay,
we'll find somebody else, offer them $1 million, and they'll take it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Music industry's crazy. Hip hop is so diluted right now. I'm just kind of crazy. Yeah. Anyways, let's pop into some
Yeah.
cinema corner right now. Oppenheimer and Barbie come out this weekend. Barbie's obviously a movie about Barbie. I think it's kind of like making fun of itself as well. Margot Robbie, Barbie, Ryan Gosling playing Ken. Um, it's supposed to be like an adult movie, pretty much. Not really for kids. It's supposed to be like an adult. If you love Barbie, this is the movie for you. If you hate Barbie, this is the movie for you. Kind of their tagline. And then Oppenheimer is basically about, I think, America making the first atom bomb and contemplating on whether to use it or not. They got Robert Downey Jr., dude from Peaky Blinders. Um, yeah, a bunch of good people in it. It's coming out this weekend. Might go see it this weekend. Pop in there, but it's a big, they dropped the same day. Go ahead.
How are they like competing with each other? They're like totally polar opposites. They have nothing to do
Well,
with each other.
they come out the same day into theaters, and
Okay.
Barbie tracks to make $110 million, and Oppenheimer only tracks to make, let's see, 49 million. So they're
God
putting
damn.
it up against each other in the box office.
Isn't that sad that like nowadays people look at like something that's as important as like history and how our country has like developed over time, something that can really like teach you something about not only how the past worked, but how to move forward, has like how the atom bomb was made, because I know a lot about that.
Mhm.
And then they're like, oh, we're gonna compare it to Barbie and Ken. It's like, to me that
Yeah,
blows my fucking mind. It just makes no
yeah.
sense.
And Mission Impossible supposedly did bad this week in or last week in box office. So it's just
I
crazy to see what
I didn't even know they had a Mission Impossible movie out. I feel
yeah,
bad.
this new one just dropped. And I mean, if you're a big fan, I get it. But if you've seen one, you've seen them all. There's a bomb somewhere. Tom Cruise
Yeah,
has to do some impossible shit to get the code for the bomb. They get the bomb at the last second, and then they
you're
forgive him
done.
for everything he's done. Yeah.
And then Ving Rhames. I don't
Mm,
know.
yeah, he's just behind the computer and shit, big ass. But yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to see it. It's one of the movies that I feel like will live up to its hype. A lot of the movies haven't really. The last couple ones that were super hyped up, Flash didn't really do shit. Transformers didn't do shit.
Did
Mission
you watch
Impossible.
Flash though?
No, I've heard so many bad reviews and seen so
Transformers
many.
is okay though. I like Transformers.
I plan to watch it when it's comes out. I'm actually planning to probably try to watch a good rip of it tonight.
I
But
just watched it last week. I thought it was good. I should have man, my bad. I should have told you to watch it. Uh chicken and I'm ordered on my Amazon. I should have told you. Fuck my bad. I
that's all
completely
good.
forgot.
I'm for sure gonna if they have it on Amazon, they for sure have a version. It's clean enough for me to. I ain't gonna say it on you know what I'm saying, but
Hmm.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. Just really quickly, only ramble through a couple of things that are coming out to see if you guys are excited before we hop into this Secret Invasion episode 4 review real quick. Good Burger 2 surprise reveal at Comic-Con SDCC right now. It's out. I mean, SDCC's this week. Congratulations to everybody who made the cut, was actually able to get in, but sorry that everybody that pulled out. And you guys probably didn't find out till last minute. All those Funko Pop hunters out there, do your thing, do your thing. But I'm excited about Good Burger 2. It says streaming, goes right to streaming, probably Paramount Plus in the fall. Um, hope it's good. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see Kenan and Kel working again because they're two of my favorite actors back in the day. Just I'm excited for a lot of announcements that are coming out, though they may not be many. I'm excited to see what else we got. I wish they had all those panels and we could have found out some shit. But season 2 of Showtime, the Lakers show coming out on Max August 6th. You got
Mm,
season 6 of The Shy. If you watch The Shy, comes out August 4th. Season 6, I made it all the way there, you guys. Can you believe it? The
goddamn.
Challenge USA. If you guys still watch Challenge, speaking of reality TV, this one's more competition based. I know a lot of people have the mentality that it's the show that people used to come on and they just hook up and have a whole bunch of drama in and do shit like that. But now they actually compete. They made it a lot like Survivor and American Ninja Warrior, kind of like a mix of that kind of thing. Adding the drama of people that have been in the old challenges and stuff. But if you know, you know. It's been on for hella seasons, but they have a Challenge USA where all the American competitors compete to see if they can go on the Challenge International or the Challenge World Championships where they go against the international people and shit like that. And sequel, and that's all I really got for the TV shows that are coming out. Oh yeah, we skipped over the Adam 22 thing real quick. Yeah, how do you feel about Adam 22 in this situation with his wife
To be honest,
and how
that's
he's
weird.
reacting to it?
It's just weird. I mean, his reactions is like I feel like it seems like I don't know, it's like it's weird to me. It seems kind of cringe. Like I feel like his reactions to a lot of shit is simply because it seems like it could be him just trying to promote it, or it could be him trying to mask the fact that he's really hurt by it. I
Both.
don't know. It could be both. It could be both. Him trying to capitalize on it and the fact that he's hurt by it. Because I mean, me personally, I can't see how like I would let that happen. I don't know. It just feels like something in my biology just won't let me like do some shit. And to him personally, hey, whatever each his own. I don't care about her. I don't care about him. I mean, I care as far as like their health. I don't want anybody to have bad health and nothing like that.
Yeah.
But as far as like what they do with their life is whatever. But me personally, I couldn't see myself doing some shit like that. And like I don't like feed into the that's the insecurity thing. No, that's something that's just like from a kid biologically I was like, I just knew that was wrong without being told that the shit like
Yeah.
that is wrong, you know. But if that's what he like wants to do and he wants to like that's up to him. But to me, it's just like it's hard to respect that
Yeah.
aspect of a person. If you're gonna let your wife do some shit like that,
Yeah.
then it's like I don't know, it's weird as fuck. And
It is weird.
they say that like he does a lot of stuff with other women
Right.
and but it's like when he does it, he's doing it with her.
Yeah.
She is a bisexual. She likes to have sex to women also. So it's not like only he's getting a benefit from it and she's not. It's her and him get benefit from it. But with her what she did, he's not even there. He's not even in the area. He's nowhere. He's probably at home playing video games or some shit. And she's sitting there getting dicked down by some fucking black dude who does this shit for profession. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that's just some weird shit.
It's definitely weird. I think
Yeah,
it's got weird to me when I firstly saw Adam 22 in a porn in the first place. I had never wanted to watch
yeah,
anything that has to do with it. So I've never seen any of his scenes. I've never seen his wife do
yeah.
anything. So I wasn't really a fan of his wife because I wasn't really into that kind of shit. I think personally he is things everything he's doing right now is trying to mask the fact that everybody's making fun of him and he's actually really hurt about it. He's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm making money off of it. So, and my wife, is okay with everything we're doing. This is part of our lifestyle. It's good for us. But I don't think that's true. I think
I,
he,
I don't, I'm gonna say this. I don't think he's hurt by it. I think he's a different individual because I was watching a podcast where he explained that his one of his best friends, prior to him getting with his girlfriend, who is now his wife, smashed his wife. So it's like, to me, I don't know. Like, if I'm with a girl and I find out one of my good friends, I find out one of my somewhat associates smashed my girl, I'm probably gonna be like, we can
yeah,
be
he's
friends.
different though. He's a different kind
Yeah,
of guy. I think he's
but
like a an ex-drug addict who kind of got what he could get. He has a different kind of lifestyle. Lena
yeah,
likes the cash that was coming in from his podcast. He would always get punked on his podcast anyways, it seemed like. So a lot of the
yeah,
time it's not unusual for him to kind of just be okay with everything. And if he wasn't okay with everything, him just get punked by either his girl or the company that wants to do it. You know what I mean? And I think he did get paid. He
yeah.
probably knew all about it. He was there while it was happening. He just tried to find a way to spin it and market it in a positive way to make him look good. Look, we got a Lamborghini I bought from the success of your video. I love you so much. We're so good. Like, nah, man.
Yeah, and
Hollywood's
then like
weird.
then I tell you that he gets mad because the individual who had the scene with her like goes on a podcast and
And
says
promotes
like,
itself. Yeah.
well, not even promotes himself, but they ask him, who do you think did her better? And he's like, as a man, of course I'm gonna be like, yeah, I think I did her better.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, I don't care
of
if I don't
course.
care if you're her husband. I do this for this is my profession. So yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna say that yeah, I do this better than you. And
Yeah.
he got mad about that. I don't know if he was really mad. It seemed like it was kind of cringy, like he was kind of being fake.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I seen that shit
But
on Twitter.
to even come out and say anything about it is stupid. It's like he got hired because this is his job. This is what he does. So of
Yeah.
course he's probably gonna do it better than you. It is what it is. Like if you don't want to have those kind of like interactions or those kind of I guess like topics brought up, don't let it happen. But you
Yeah.
let it happen. So it
Yeah, I
is what
feel
it is.
it's all roll out in my eyes. He just wants people to watch, and the more shit he says, the more longer he can keep it going, the more people
Well,
click on the videos and watch him.
yeah, it makes sense though, because like he even like I said, the same friend that screwed his girl prior to him like wifing her up, he threw him under the bus by doing a podcast talking about him like bringing I guess a transgender porn star on that sat there and kept saying that she screwed him, and it's like to me like he could say, oh I didn't know, but I feel like sometimes somewhere deep down he did that on purpose
Yeah,
because he feels some type of way about him, and like don't get me wrong, I mean I'm not fucking no transgender, but it's like if I know one of my boys did some shit like that, I'm not gonna like call him out on it and throw it out in public.
unless he's okay
It,
with it.
like, if he's okay with it, it is what it is. But I'm like me personally, I'm not gonna try and do that to somebody I love and that's my homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I may in person be like, motherfucker, you weird. But I
yeah,
mean, it is what it is. Like that's your own personal business and what you get down with. I don't care about that shit. That's not
yeah.
me because I'm not inviting you to my room with my behind closed doors. So
Yeah, some people are COE
yeah.
content over everything and just want to get shit out to keep them relevant. And that's if that's what you want to do,
Mhm.
that's what you want to do. But anyways, God bless Adam 22 and his girl Lena the plug or whatever her name is. Um, but let's get into this review. It's what everybody's here for. It's what everybody clicked for. Episode 4, Secret Invasion, episode 5 review. I think I want to say episode 4 at the beginning, but it's actually episode 5. We are getting to the end. How you like in episode 5? How do you like the reveals on what happened? Me personally, I don't really think hell shit happened. It kind of went by
It
fast to
didn't.
me.
It
But how'd you
did.
like it? And what happened?
I liked it a lot. To be honest, I was kind of feeling like that Black Scroll was gonna end up being like Samuel Jackson's son, but
Yeah, I
I
thought it was
mean,
too.
yeah, I don't think it is because of what happened to him. But I did when they went over and like tried to beat the fuck out of Gravik and shit like that. I thought that was gonna happen because he was just doing some reckless ass shit, and it's like you supposed to be for your people and shit like that, but you sitting there killing them left and right as soon as they
Yeah.
oppose you in any way.
Mm,
And then telling Rhodey Scroll to you know, tell the president whatever so he can like try and go against Scrolls in Russia. To me, it's like he just didn't give a fuck. I don't know what his end game is, but we'll
yeah.
see.
Yeah.
But I like the show and I like
By
the
the way,
fact
but
that
hold on. Spoiler alert, everybody out there. Sorry, I didn't say that, but spoiler alert, we're talking about
yeah,
episode
that's true.
5. If you guys didn't see it
Yeah.
up, so now stop this and go watch it. But yeah, go ahead.
Mm. But the one thing that always gets me though, even about before this, was the Super Scroll aspect because I'm a big Marvel fan, and there's certain aspects of Marvel that I don't care much about, and even Super Scroll, I'm not like a huge fan of Super Scroll, but I've had enough of his comic cards and like shit like that to know what the fuck Super Scroll is, and
Yeah,
the
me
fact that
too.
they just diluted the fuck out of it and was like,
Yeah,
oh well, we haven't got the Fantastic Four yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and just bring him out. Like, why couldn't you just wait it? And
yeah,
what's wrong with going with the original story? The original story isn't that bad. It's not bad
yeah.
at all. So it's like instead of going with the whole Fantastic Four aspect, we're gonna change it up and give him like instead of stretchy abilities,
I think it's Groot.
Groot like abilities. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like to me, that's I don't
Instead
know.
of
And
Johnny Storm, it's going to be Extremis. Instead of the
yeah,
Thing, it's going to be a Frost Giant or some shit like that.
yeah, but it's like then where do they get that healing ability from? Because we ain't brought up Wolverine yet. So they gonna bring that into the fray or something? I don't know.
Extremis, I
But
think they did that with Iron Man 3 when that shit that those people were taking when
oh, the
they
fucking the fake what do they call them again? The ones that can turn to fire and shit.
yeah, yeah, that's what basically,
Uh,
and they heal and shit. It's from Extremis, so I guess it's a mutant that fucking, not probably not a mutant, but like a creature that is doing what the people in Iron Man 3 were doing. Pretty much can heal, have the fire and shit like that as well. But it was interesting to me. I like how they mentioned the harvest, because like you're saying, the comic was pretty much they infiltrated the Avengers, and the Avengers aren't in this. They mentioned that in this too. Nick Fury said he wants to fight his own fight and not bring the Avengers into it, just because this is personal and he's Nick Fury and it feels like this is something he has to handle. Probably also because he was personally responsible. Um,
yeah.
but
Nah,
yeah,
he's not really personally
no, but he puts
responsible.
it on himself.
Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
like he brought the scrolls over. He had a select few amount of scrolls, and then once that snap happened, 5 years went by, and they decide, well, whatever his name is, I forgot the one who died from the last episode. He decided to bring millions of other scrolls over, and that's what. So it's not really his fault. He did accept Gravik into the fray, but
Yeah.
it is. I don't solely put it on him, but.
And he
Speaking
sent and he
speaking of the
sent
guy who, no, about to say, speaking of the guy who plays Gravik, shout outs to him for playing Bob Marley in that biopic. But yeah.
okay, nice. I haven't seen it. But yeah, also they said that I watched the review video and they're saying that Nick Fury actually sent Gravik to the battle in New York afterwards, to collect DNA and blood from the Avengers, who fought at
Uh,
to collect it for a secret, like trying to make his own, either trying to recreate the super soldier serum or just do research on the powers themselves and the people themselves. But also they said, I think in the show they would kind of send Gravix was out there looking for the harvest for so long that his life got kind of like tainted, and
mm,
his failures kind of led him to believe that he was doing his country and his people wrong. I don't know. He's just a jaded character. At first I thought it was going to be his son as well, because I saw him standing next to Vera, his wife, Fury's wife, and had the ring on when she was holding his
mm,
shoulder, and had the same ring on in the show. A couple of things that look kind of close, and I thought it was like maybe Nick Fury was a Skrull and that really was his dad. I don't know. I don't know. A
yeah.
lot of shit could happen in this. We found out Rhodey was a Skrull in this one, um, but he's still able to wiggle his way out of situations.
But it ain't the real roadie. We gotta find the real roadie. It's
Yeah,
clearly
we
the
gotta
real
see. And
roadie.
when did it happen? Did it happen in Endgame? When did that shit happen? Um,
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting to see that. Is he really dead? I think he might
Mm.
be dead. I don't know.
It's funny because like in the comic, Telos is not a good guy. So it's
Yeah,
like,
at all.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
And the guy who actually was the Super Scroll, I don't think his like character actually even is in this yet. They just made up a character because Gravik is not him.
And the character that Gravik killed off, that was like one of the main henchmen, was actually one of the first people to infiltrate the Avengers as Elektra. But they
Oh,
killed,
really? Okay.
yeah, they got the white dude that I don't know if he shot him or he used the group power to like go through his chest.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, he was like one of the first people in the comics to actually infiltrate the Avengers as Elektra, but he got caught.
Mm,
And that's how they figured out that there was scrolls within the Avengers. So they changed up a lot of stuff, and
a
since they
lot.
pushed Fantastic Four back, I guess they just kind of threw that shit in there. Gaia is just a professional. Know how to, she just got the plan and rap. She's an undercover agent. She knew how to perfectly run that machine from getting the lady's thoughts and knew exactly where to find them and was able to run the machine and become a super scroll, even though
Yeah.
it was interesting.
Now she's Wolverine.
Yeah,
Mm,
she's probably going to be there, theorizing that she's going to be in the Marvels.
yeah. My
With
aunt told me her name means Earth, apparently.
Gaia. Yeah, I had a friend
Yes.
named Mariel's friend was named Gaia.
Mm. Uh-huh.
And I think that was what she was named after. I think that's what that means. But yeah,
Earth.
shout out Gaia. Heard she got married recently. Congratulations. Um, but yeah, it was a really cool episode. I hope there's a lot to wrap up on episode 6. I hope they give it to us. Um, but yeah,
Hopefully it makes it longer than an hour because I feel like they got a lot to put in there. They can't just like jam pack. Because those episodes to me seem so short. I don't know.
yeah, they promised an hour. A lot of them were like 30, maybe 39 minutes, 5 minutes of previews, no in credit scenes. Man, we gotta wrap it up, man. Hope they give us some good because I haven't really seen any ties to Phase 5 yet, and that's what we were promised, and we're trying to see what's going on. I can already feel the Marvel's not doing well in theaters. So
I just want to see some mutants. I'm mad as fuck. 'Cause, I mean, I like Marvel, but I've always been an X-Men fan to the fullest. So like the
that's probably
Avengers or whatever to me, but the X-Men is like my that's what I've been looking forward to.
That's probably how they're going to try to or revive the MCU is introducing the X-Men because they have so many storylines they can just go from in there and just
So
use.
many, yeah.
So
So many good ass. X-Men has so many better characters and villains. So
yeah, there'll be a lot of shit,
yeah.
a lot of shit. But we are to
And
the end.
they still
Oh
got Doctor Doom. My bad. They
yeah,
still got Doctor
exactly,
Doom
and
to come
Fantastic
out.
Four.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they can go
Mhm.
off that for days. But we are to the end of the podcast where I like to let them know where they can find you at. I know yours is always short and sweet. Where can they
Yeah.
find you at, homie?
Akil Young on Instagram. And yeah, I mean, I'm not really doing much else.
Well,
Being
new beats coming soon. Got a new computer, new vibes, new shit coming soon, new life.
yeah, I'm gonna try and put myself into that as much as possible. Yeah,
I feel that. Well, you know where to find your boys. SAC_Lydell on Instagram, Patrick_Lydell on the Snapchat. Anything Best of Bias. You can find Best of Bias on Instagram too. I never say that. I just realized. But on Best of Bias YouTube, you can find the podcast on there. 100 and what 40, 150 videos up there presented perfectly by AKA. New videos, new stuff to come, new theme song being recorded, a lot of new stuff coming, new guests, new pods. Happy Friday. Merch still available, it's still out there, y'all. I know y'all kind of sleeping, but it's summertime now. Get you a bucket, get you I don't know if you need a beanie for the winter, but get you a dad hat, get you a trucker. You see the one I got on, I got hard eyes and I got the regular eyes, t-shirt still. New batch of hats coming soon. I've been slacking a little bit on that, but I got them coming. But yeah, it's episode 170, season 2, episode 5. Hope y'all get it. Season 2, episode 5, episode 170. We've been working for a long time. This is the podcast since 2019. So this is the fourth year of its existence, going on 4 years, 5 years.
yeah,
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I'm just catching my stride right now. Podcast is always gonna get bigger and better. We always gonna be here for y'all. And man, you know, shit. We need,
yeah.
tell your friends about the videos. We need 500 subscribers to be monetized. I see we at 77 right now. We need to get about 500 to become monetized and start making some money off these videos. They changed the regulations. We'll talk about that a little bit on the podcast prior. But tell your friends, hit the bell so you're notified that all the videos come out. Hit the like button. Leave a little message if you look for some like merch. Just want to leave a little comments, topic suggestions. If you want to be on the pod, just let us know. It's the Best of Bias podcast. Got anything else, AKA?
Titties.
I
don't
know it's
know.
late out there. You need to get to sleep, but it's the Best of Bias podcast. Again, happy Friday. Stay hydrated. Love somebody today. Hug somebody today because the world is in a crazy place. They canceled our student
Always.
loan forgiveness. Oh my God. They took
Mm,
away affirmative action at schools. People out here
mm,
faking they kidnapping. The world is
mm.
people. We didn't talk about that, but I want to let that simmer a little bit before I talk about it because it's a little too close to home. Not about the kidnapping, but people believe in black women when they talk. We'll talk about that later. We won't get into it. We ain't got
Mm,
much time. But it's
mm,
the Best of
mm,
Bias
mm.
podcast. It's your boy Lydell Dinero, aka is back in the building. But yeah, let's get you out of here. Where's that theme song at? It's right here. Yeah.
It's the best of bias. You need the earful, you should try us. From pop culture to the movies to unite us. It's the best of bias. Your best of bias. Yeah.